It's time for the world's largest single-site golf tournament. We'll tell you all about it coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday. We're focused on the 20th annual DuPont Coolmax World Amateur Handicap Championship, and we're visiting with Steve Mays, the Events Division Director at Myrtle Beach Golf Holiday. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning. How are you?
Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you for coming by.
Incredible opportunity to highlight what's kicking off in less than a week now.
Yes, exactly right. We have the 20th annual World Amateur coming up, and we're excited about it. This
Unbelievable.
Started in 1984.
1984. To think about that, the impact that that's had not only in the Myrtle Beach community, but on so many folks from 50 countries, 50 states and all over the world. It's amazing to think of the impact of bringing all those folks in.
That's exactly right. And we're introducing the Myrtle Beach area to people that traditionally don't travel to Myrtle Beach, California, Texas, Florida, and from people all across the world that come to Myrtle Beach to participate in this event. And if we didn't have this event, they wouldn't have a reason to come here.
That's a great point. Steve, originally, about yourself, are you from the area?
No, actually, I'm from Northern Virginia. I grew up in a small town outside of Washington, D.C. called Haymarket, Virginia. I grew up in a golfing family there, and then decided to head south to college down here.
Had you come down to the Strand much growing up, or just found about Coastal Carolina?
I think I'm probably like a lot of the people who are transplanted down here in the fact that we used to come down here on vacations, both during the summer. My dad used to come down here for golf vacations along with my mother, so when I had to make a decision to go to college, I decided to head down to Coastal Carolina, and that's how I ended up in this area and loved it, and ended up staying for quite some time.
That's fantastic. What did you do immediately following graduation, Steve?
Well, actually, I moved to the Northeast. I moved to Golf Digest after I graduated from Coastal. I moved to Connecticut to work for Golf Digest in Trumbull, Connecticut. Stayed up there for some time, and then decided to head back down south after that.
Okay. Can you share with viewers a little bit about your first experience with Golf Holiday?
Yes, I sure can. It was when I was in college. I had an internship with Golf Holiday and Golf Digest working on the World Amateur, and that was my first introduction to the tournament. And I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to be doing. I'd called Bill Golden, who at that time was the tournament director for the World Am from Golf Digest. They at that time ran the event, and said, I'm looking for something to do. He said, come on down. We have plenty of things to do for you during World Amateur Week. And I said, well, shall I wear a suit and a tie? And he said, no, maybe just shorts and a T-shirt will work. So I showed up there on the Monday before the tournament started, and I moved boxes. And this essentially moved all the stuff the participants were going to get during the tournament, all the shirts and hats and giveaways we give, put them in a truck, and then headed over to the convention center.
Well, you've really climbed the ranks then. I
Yes,
love it.
exactly. I didn't know at that time if I was meeting the vice president of Golf Digest or what I was exactly doing. So I just showed up, and I was in there just sweating away, trying to get all the stuff over to the convention center, trying to get this crazy event off the ground.
In all the activities going on, this is the 19th hole. The convention center has a heck of a lot going on the nights of the event. And of course, that's the sign-in location on Sunday.
Exactly right. That's where all the activities are for the World Amateur. On Sunday, all of our players show up to the convention center, get their gift bag. We give away a shirt, a hat, golf balls, socks. This year we're giving away a 20th anniversary watch. They show up to the convention center, register, and then each night following the event, or following their golf, they come back to the convention center. That's where we have what's called the world's largest 19th hole, which is a big cocktail party.
Steve, you said you grew up in a golf family.
Yes.
When you think, and does that mean your family throughout golfed, or had any of them been in the golf management side, or?
No, it's playing golf. It all goes back to my grandfather. I worked on a golf course when he was growing up, and my dad picked up the game. And then obviously when I started playing golf, he taught me the game. My mother picked up the game, so it was just a golfing family. And then I decided when I was looking at things that I wanted to do, I didn't necessarily want to be a golf professional and work at a golf course, but I wanted to stay in the golf industry. So working with the World Amateur was a great tie into that when I did the internship. Obviously, Golf Digest was a great place to start, and now I'm here working in the golf industry in a place I love, which is Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
Absolutely. And Golf Digest is headquartered where? You moved there and then moved back?
Correct. It's headquartered in Trumbull, Connecticut.
Okay.
So when I moved up there in 1994, and loved working for Golf Digest, but decided I needed to head back down down south and start working for the Hard Rock Cafe in their PR and sales department.
Great.
So I came down there in '95 and had a great time working for the Hard Rock. It was right when it was first opening here in the area, so there was a lot of excitement around the Hard Rock, and I got to do different things that I hadn't done before. I put on concerts and different things like that, which was a great experience for me. It was all event coordination, that's what the World Amateur is, and that's what I do now is managing events. So it gave me a different type of experience.
Absolutely, and you were able to maintain your involvement with the tournament while you were at Hard Rock?
Yes, actually, at that time when I came down to the Hard Rock, we became a sponsor of the World Amateur. So even though I wasn't directly involved with the management of the event, we became a sponsor of the tournament, and so in some ways I was still involved with the event and been involved since 1993 when I first interned with it.
That's fantastic. Now, how was Golf Holiday able to woo you away from the Hard Rock Cafe?
Well, that's in 1997, Golf Holiday made the decision. They've always owned the event, but they made the decision to go ahead and bring it in-house and manage the event. They brought Bill Golden down, who worked at Golf Digest, and I worked with Bill for a couple of years with the tournament, and so he knew I was down in the area, and once they made that final decision, they decided to bring me over, and I wanted to get back in golf, so it was a good move for me at that time after spending 2 years with the Hard Rock.
And Steve, when you came on board, did you come on as the events division director?
No, actually, I came on as a promotions director.
Okay.
Which wasn't involved at all with the tournaments. I handled the golf shows that Golf Holiday does and some other promotions that they run because the tournament had not come in-house yet. Golf Digest was still running in 1997, so we still had a year lapse time before we actually took over the management of it. So I came on as promotions director. When Golf Holiday finally took over full management in 1998, Bill Golden was here as the tournament director. Bob LeCompte was here as the executive director, and I was sort of a tournament coordinator at that point. Mm-hmm. Then in 1999, I took over as tournament director, and Golf Holiday changed a little bit as we have more and more events that we do here at Golf Holiday. So the job just went from handling the World Amateur and the Summer Family Golf tournaments, which we manage as well, to handling. Now we handle the Veterans Golf Classic. We work with the Hootie and the Blowfish Monday after the Masters event. We have a high school golf championship that brings 1,000 players into the area, as well as a National Police Golf Championship. So really Golf Holidays has changed, and we run more events now, so my titles change as more events come on.
Yes, Steve, golly, you must be slammed. I would think just putting on the World Amateur, you could be preparing all year for the end of August each year.
And that's exactly what we do. It's a juggling contest, and luckily I have a great staff here. And right when we finish on August 29th, September 1st, we're going to start thinking about next year's event and start putting the budget together and start doing the advertising plan for next year. So it's an all-year event for the World Amateur, and the other ones we just work on it best we can and pull them all together, and it ends up being a great benefit to the beach, bringing all these people down here.
Yeah, Steve, we're visiting with a guy who can't vacation. He's working all the time. It's amazing. Who works with you in organizing the tournaments?
Well, I have a great staff here. We have 3 full-time people who help assist me with the World Amateur and all the other events. That's Sarah Arends, Jim Myers, and Karen Hebert. We also work with Coastal Carolina and their PGM program to bring in interns during the summer to help us answer the phone and also help us